Tonight, the 11 Alive investigators dig even deeper into life-threatening problems with 911.
Only 11 Alive News has come to us and said, hey guys, this is a major problem.
The government warning we've uncovered days before a Georgia woman died.
Hundreds unite for Bobby Christina.
You know, God is in the healing business.
Measles in Georgia.
And a community on edge.
My kids won't go outside. My little girl's terrified.
We begin tonight with new information from the 11 Alive investigators after uncovering a major loophole in Georgia's 911 system.
Listen to this. Several states cannot track the location of half the emergency calls that are made on cell phones. Our chief investigator, Brendan Keefe, is now holding the powerful accountable tonight. Brendan.
DeMarco, you said it. Across the nation, 911 has a 50-50 chance of locating your cell phone. Then why does my smartphone have no problem pinpointing our location every time inside the 11 Alive studios? Here we go. Bam, right there. And we are inside the building 100% of the time. This is a disconnect, and it's costing lives.
I cannot get this address to come up.
And they're screaming, call 911. I'm trying to find you on our map.
You can't find the address? No. For what address, ma'am?
Give me the address one more time. It's not working.
Lost on the line.
What's the address to your emergency? I don't know. We're on Lake Lanier. Our boat quit and it's sinking. I don't have that. Is that in Milton? What city is that in? I lost contact. I was trying to get that location. What agency you with?
She was unable to tell the dispatcher where she was.
Give me the address again.
They searched for 8 hours.
I don't even know if you're in my county. You could be in Forsyth County.
8 hours before they found Miss Thomas.
There's a lot of screaming, help, help. Okay, but I don't even know what you're referring to, ma'am.
And she died the next day.
Cell phones have allowed us to reach 911 from anywhere, but rescuers can't reach us if they can't find us.
Were you able to pull the address up? I don't think it's ours. It's not on our map.
Did she say where she is?
We're trying to find you on the map, sweetie. Your cell phone's hidden, okay? Ma'am, I lost her.
The 911 location accuracy gap is not a theoretical future crisis. It's an issue now.
The chief of the FCC's Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureau wrote, "We are not where we need to be on location accuracy for wireless 911 calls. This puts American lives at risk." 12 days later, Chanel Anderson spent her last breaths trying to tell 911 where to find her sinking car.
December 17th, 2014.
This is 12 days before.
Just 12 days before my daughter passed in the car.
Jaqueen Curley holds the letter that may have foretold her daughter's death. The FCC knew even a few minutes of delay can cost lives.
Trying to find where she was, no instructions were given on how to save your life because they were so focused on, well, where is she?
Who would have believed that there could be an app on your phone and a car would show up precisely at your front door? You know, it'd be great if there was Uber for 911.
That's the chairman of the FCC, but instead of mandating the creation of a 911 app, the commission approved new standards that show just how bad the problem is.
Within 2 years, they must meet these standards for 40% of all wireless 911 calls.
That's right. The FCC is giving the wireless carriers another 2 years to locate 40% of cell phones calling 911. In 3 years, they'll have to find half. In 5 years, 70%.
At 6 years, they must deliver dispatchable location or X and Y coordinates within 50 meters of the caller for 80% of all wireless 911 calls.
6 years from now, 911 could still be unable to find 1 out of every 5 emergency callers.
Gwinnett County 911, what's the location of your emergency?
But 19 years ago, the FCC required wireless carriers to locate 95% of GPS-enabled phones in an emergency. Those rules technically still apply, but only to outdoor calls. More than half of cell phone 911 calls come from indoors. The FCC had proposed a 30-second limit to locate all wireless 911 calls, but the commission abandoned the 30-second rule for indoor calls, instead adopting new standards written largely by the big cell phone companies. One commissioner wrote it would be unfair to saddle them with obligations that cannot be met.
The focus should not be on the cell phone companies who are providing the service. The focus for the FCC should be on saving people's lives, like my daughter Chanel.
And the 11 Alive investigators discovered for nearly 2 decades the FCC had been using test data, not real 911 calls, to enforce that 96 rule for finding cell phones. Within 18 months, Atlanta will be one of 6 metro areas where real 911 call data will be collected by the wireless carriers and forwarded to the 911 centers and the FCC for compliance. Brenda?
Brendan, this is so disconcerting. I mean, really, a goal of 40% of phones located 2 years from now? I mean, that shows just how bad this is and how ridiculous the whole thing is. Is there anything hopeful in that thick stack of new rules you got?
Yeah, actually there is. The commission is requiring cell phone companies to test several new technologies for finding victims indoors and also vertically. In other words, which floor they're on in a tall building. They'll also have to supply 911 centers with the raw barometer data from your phone. That's right, your iPhone, it actually has a barometer in it. Most of them do. We're going to stay on it.
Oh, yes, please do. All right, well, enlightening for sure. We're also asking our viewers to take action on this. We've created a petition on our website, 11alive.com, calling for 3 solutions that can be done to help save lives. You can sign it right there in an effort to call for change. More than 70 of you already have.
What a story there. All right, new